Hello everybody and welcome to Parks Bros. It's Drew here, and today we're back with another Emperor construction update. I know it's only been a day, but that's because there's been some amazingly huge news at the construction site, and this is all thanks to our great friend Joe. But first, we'll start it off with the station. You can see an exterior fence has been started, and that will be awesome to see in the future. Of course, this is just to block off the park itself, as well as that coaster area from the parking lot. And you can also see some brand new work in the station, including those famous dive coaster gates that have shown up as of recently, and they are setting them up, making sure they're good to go. But speaking of dive coasters, of course, this is one, and we finally have the trains, at least one train on the track, and this is absolutely awesome. We can get a quick view of the color scheme of the trains from right here, and you can see there is a purple headrest, which is awesome. Some gray details around those handlebars. Yes, it will be a vest restraint that we will be seeing and feeling on the ride itself. But we have known this for quite some time, but I'm very excited to see the rest of the train itself when all of that covering comes off, hopefully very soon. But they are sitting on one of the storage tracks for the ride, and there will be two other trains to ride along this track in the near future. So this is just the first of three that has shown up and has officially been put onto part of the track itself, which is absolutely fantastic. But jumping back to the station itself, you can see they are doing some roof work over the ride-op booth, and that is going to be awesome. Can't wait to see some more verticality for a roof around the rest of the station. But you can also see them working on the brake run here, probably messing with the air compression that will be used for these brakes itself. And you can also see a glimpse of one of the last pieces of track being put in, and that is for the flat spin. Now, of course, track work has not been completed as of yet, but we are within a good 2 or 3 pieces now with just the flat spin needing to be done, and that is over a fourth of the way done already, which is absolutely phenomenal. But you can see some more work going on in the brake section right here, including around the turnaround, which is looking awesome with it going towards a connection point. And here's just another look at the trains here leading over to the station itself, which has actually added a brand new stairway on the opposite side of the exit pathway, which is awesome to see as well. But here's a great look at that final inversion, the flat spin, or as what most of you would say is a corkscrew, but it's going to be really tight, really whippy, and I cannot wait to experience that fourth and final inversion on the ride, as well as the other 3 that make up the entirety of the layout. So I'm super excited for all of those. But here is just a great look at that potential maintenance building in the background, and then of course the maintenance areas in the foreground. But here's just a great look at the entirety of the site, and this coaster is looking absolutely beautiful as of right now, and I can't wait to see it all finished up in the future. And you can actually see them doing some work on the lift hill section itself, and they could be doing tons of different things with being on the lift section like that. They could be setting up sensors potentially, making sure it's ready for sensors. They could even be working up on the trough itself to make it ready for a chain to run throughout many hours of the day. But it's kind of hard to tell from this far out exactly what they're doing, but they are making sure that lift is ready to go for in the next couple weeks of time. But it's crazy to think that there's a train filled with water dummies already almost ready to go around the circuit, of course, when it's completed, first of all. But you can also see some of that exterior fencing has been finished up on the park side, and that is looking great. I'm wondering if they're actually going to paint that in the future, but we'll just have to wait and see. But here's a fantastic view from another part of the parking lot, which just makes this coaster look massive, especially with electric eel in the background. But before we go, I wanted to give you another penguin fact, and that is the fact that emperor penguins in their winter, which is our summer up in the northern hemisphere, experience blizzards that get as cold as negative 75 degrees Fahrenheit and sit through winds of over 120 miles an hour. So these creatures are super relentless, just like these construction crews that have been out on Emperor. But I want to say a huge thanks to you for watching, as well as a huge thanks to our great friend Joe, who's quite the fan of chicken. But make sure to subscribe if you haven't, because we're going to have tons of updates like this in the near future for this park as well as others in SoCal. But until next time, we'll see you on the next ride.